everyone, welcome back to Gillian at Mystic Healing Therapies. How are you all doing? It's been quite a few weeks, I think. I think that we've had some timeline changes. In fact, I'm convinced that we've had a bit of a step back in terms of our timeline. So I just thought I'd share some of my thoughts on timelines today. So we're led to believe in this current 3D paradigm that time's linear. So what do I mean about linear time? So that there's a starting point and an ending point, and it all goes in a straight line. So like a piece of string, it goes straight forward, and that's your timeline. But what I've been led to believe, and it took me absolutely ages to get my head around timelines, but I've been considering this for a number of years, and what I've concluded is time isn't linear. Well, I know for sure it's not linear, but let me explain what I mean by that. So I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was feeling a little bit gloomy. We'd got just torrential rain on a bank holiday, which is usual. And we've just had loads of grey, dreary weather, and she was feeling a bit down. She's kind of half awake to what's going on, but definitely not fully, she's only dipping a toe in it, so to speak. So I was trying to encourage her. She asked me actually, what do I mean by timelines? Because she was saying she was fed up and everything. I said, oh, well, I think we've had a step back in timelines. And she was asking me what that meant. So this is how I explained it to her. We've got the idea of, we're told that time's straightforward and linear, i.e. straightforward, linear in a line. That's what linear means. But I believe, think about that piece of string and then coil it up. So make it into like a snail shape, a coil. Now, if we got some scissors and cut through that coil, we would get from one place of the string to another in quite an instant time. Or for people that are my age and older, we remember record players. We remember the vinyl record player. The needle went round, and if you wanted to skip to a favourite track, let's say you was playing an album and there were several different tracks on that album, you could lift the needle up and place it down onto one of your favourite tracks. Now, this is how I see time. It's not in a straight line. You can cut through it and have different times. So getting back to the vinyl record analogy, and I'm sorry for young people that might not know what records are, but getting back to the record, when I say that I think that we've gone back a little bit in time. Let's say you're playing your favourite album. I used to be into Wham. So there, I'm showing my age, aren't I? So George Michael and Wham, I used to love them. Let's say I was on track 3. So I was listening to track 3 on the album. And let's say I wanted to go back to track 1. I'd lift the needle up, take it back on the vinyl copy and put it back onto track 1. And then I could play track 1 again. Well, this is how I think time works, and for whatever reason I believe that we've recently gone, let's say, from track 3 back to track 2. I think we've had a backward step in a timeline. Now, there's always a higher and more divine purpose to this, but sometimes, I'm sure like me, myself and many of us, we're feeling like this has gone on long enough. When does it end? When are we going to see some tangible changes? There is always a divine purpose in all of it. I'm sure there is, I know that. But sometimes when you can tangibly feel a step back in a timeline, it can feel a bit deflating. So yeah, I think that time, we can change time, we can move time. I'm a total believer of that. And in fact, somebody that contacted me, a wonderful lady in Australia, she does Mayan signatures, and one of my galactic signatures, she did a kindly offered a reading for me after seeing some of my videos, and one of my signatures in fact is that I can change time, and I've always been able to do this, you know. When I wrote my last book, Enchanted Earth, I was working full-time as clinical lead in the National Health Service, therapeutic services, and I managed to somehow write that book while I was looking after the family and working in that full-time job. It's raining here, but I'm going to continue with the video because I don't want to stop it and start again. So I've always been able to do that, change time, and I think that, you know, there has been a backward timeline change for whatever reason. There's a divine purpose for it, and I believe it happened round about Mark Atwood's Manchester event. I think just before then we took a massive step back in time somehow, and you know, I've seen a lot of my friends and even myself at times struggling with events because of that. But I would just offer, you know, there's divine timing in everything. We've just got to hold fast, hold the line, hold the faith. And I think that's where, you know, the word faith comes from. It isn't blind faith in a, you know, in a vengeful God. It's just having a faith in the divine creator. So yeah, I wonder why it's raining on this video. It's like rain can be very purifying, can't it? So I'm just wondering what that is. So thank you everybody who's bought me a coffee on my website, gillianengland.com. I really appreciate that. I've just started my second book, so again I've got to bend time a bit on that because I'm still working my regular job, still doing the earth healing, and then I'm writing a book. So thank you for everyone who's bought me a coffee that supports my work. I really appreciate it. So again then, if I know that I'm rambling on a bit now, but yeah, just have the idea of time. It's not linear, I don't believe it. You know, we can cut through it, we can manipulate it, I believe. So it's just that one really, just that as a concept for you to consider. So yeah, if you do like my videos, please do like, share and subscribe. And if you've not already rejoined my Telegram, please rejoin my new Telegram channel. The link's below, and have a look what I'm doing on gillianengland.com. I'd appreciate, yeah, just having a look at my website. All right everyone, you know, carry on, keep going. There's divine timing in everything, just remember that, and I send you lots of love. Bye for now.